Coming up, fighting gun violence in the city. The president is stepping in to offer his solutions to the growing problem here at home.
Timing when the rain ends and the freezing rain and sleet begins.
And New York Live sits down with one of the world's biggest K-pop stars. We'll put you on to Eric Nam's favorite spot here in the city. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. This is News 4 Now for February 3rd. I'm Kay Ingram. President Biden is back in Washington after a full day here in the city, talking with city and state leaders on ways to curb gun violence.
We know across the cities and major areas in this country they're experiencing an uptick of violence, a growing number of shootings, and guns on their streets, and New York City has not been immune.
The president met with Mayor Eric Adams, Governor Hochul, and members of the NYPD, talking about efforts to keep illegal guns off of the street and what resources are needed to get it done. President Biden also stopped by a local public school to discuss community violence intervention programs. Now get this, according to the NYPD, crime is up 38% in 2022. Shootings, those are up 32% alone, and we're only on month 2. One of those acts of violence this year, a shooting inside of King's Plaza Mall in Brooklyn. This is new video of that shooting. It's a recording from inside a sneaker shop at the mall. It captures Monday's chaos as terrified shoppers ran for cover. 2 teens were hit, but we're told they're recovering. Investigators say 3 suspected gang members have been charged in the shooting. Police say 2 of them have had previous arrests for crimes related to guns. Also new, 4 men are now facing charges in connection with the death of Brooklyn-born actor Michael K. Williams. Now you're looking at surveillance pictures that investigators say shows the drug transaction that led to the actor's overdose death. They say a drug ring was going on outside the actor's Williamsburg apartment. On top of that, prosecutors say the men kept selling heroin, even after they learned it was laced with the same fentanyl that killed Williams. In September, Williams was found dead in his Brooklyn apartment. All right, now to a wild and really concerning trend here in the city. More fires are apparently popping up on the 1 train, not the tracks, inside the actual train. This here is video from a fire at the 18th Street station. The MTA says there have been 3 fires total in just a week. Wednesday, police say someone set a shopping cart on fire on a 1 train in Washington Heights. Nearby officers rushed to put out the flames using the only thing they had on hand, water from water bottles.
It's New York for you. You don't never know what's going to happen. Always got to be on your toes.
In one of the incidents, a man set himself on fire. The MTA gave us a statement underscoring the need to address people with mental health issues in the subways. Now, so far, no one's been arrested for any of these fires. A well-known ice skating dog named Benny made his very first appearance in New York City Wednesday. The 8-year-old Labrador Retriever hit the ice at Woolman Rink. Benny has showed off his skating skills all across the country, including performances at Golden Knights, NHL games in Vegas. The pup also takes part in an ice skating program that helps children with autism and other developmental disabilities.
Hi there, I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Maria La Rosa. Messy, rainy day today. It'll be a messy and rainy evening. Temperatures above freezing into the 40s just about everywhere, even on into the north and west. It's after midnight we start to see that colder air filter in. That changes that rain over to sleet and freezing rain. That zone in pink from the Poconos, the Catskills, Hudson Valley into northern New Jersey, especially a few hours of that heading into the morning hours. Now you're talking about ice accumulation, a glaze on untreated surfaces, the cars, the roadways, overpasses, and power lines. So that'll be an area to watch as we go through even the midday on Friday. Mainly rain from the city to the south and east. There may be a brief period of some freezing rain and even a brief period ending as some snow on top of some of that ice as this wraps up by the time we get to Friday afternoon and evening. Those winter weather advisories are up and posted through tomorrow. Expect tricky travel all day.
News 4 celebrates Black History Month. Broadway was forever changed in 1959 by playwright Lorraine Hansberry.
I suppose it's my own private sense of drama that makes that appeal to me.
At age 29, she transformed the theater with A Raisin in the Sun, the first play on Broadway by a black woman, and the first by an African American to win the New York Drama Critics' top award. Tragically, Hansberry died 5 years later, soon after her autobiography was published, To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. Lorraine Hansberry is part of our collective history, and together we are for New York.
All right, up next, one of the world's most popular K-pop stars may have gotten his start in Korea, but he's returning to his home here in America and launching a new album. New York Live caught up with him at his favorite spot in Brooklyn.
Singer-songwriter Eric Nam made a name for himself in the K-pop world. Now, with the release of his new album, There and Back Again, he's reflecting on the journey that started it all. Well, Eric, welcome back to New York City. It's nice to see you.
Thank you, nice to see you.
You picked such a beautiful space for our interview. Tell me about this place.
Thank you. Well, this is one of my favorite spots in New York. This is actually their new location in Williamsburg, but it's Naminori. And I love seafood, I love sushi, tamaki, and sake. And I figured, why not come here? Because it's really good food, and it's also Korean American owned, and the chef is a great friend of mine, so that's why we're here.
What kind of caused your decision to leave the K-pop bubble and come back to the States?
You know, a lot of people ask me, why did you go to Korea to pursue music? And to be very blunt, to be very honest, I think it was the only place that was willing to give somebody who looked like me a shot. You know, especially 10 years ago. And even today, I feel like there aren't many Asian American faces in media, in music. You know, we have BTS, we have Blackpink, we have incredible K-pop artists, but I'm talking about people who are, you know, born and raised here and cultivated and nurtured here. We still don't have them. And so if I'm not the one to make it, then I want to help pave the way for the next generation or the kids who are younger who can look to myself or other people and say, hey, he's doing it, I look like him, why can't I try it? And also, we're having a moment.
We are having a
We're
moment.
having a moment. And so we just need more people to kind of be about it and to take part in this wave that's going on. So I'm
Seize
excited.
the moment.
Exactly, so I'm excited.
In Connecticut, there are new developments overnight into the investigation of the mysterious deaths of 2 Black women. The Bridgeport NAACP is now asking the feds to investigate the city's police department, and the police union is firing back. News 4's Tracy Strahan is here with why the police union is firing back.
These are cases that have garnered national attention. Both Lauren Smith Fields and Brenda Lee Rawls were found dead in Bridgeport, Connecticut on the same day. Their families are claiming negligence within Bridgeport's police department. The police union, however, is fighting back. Now, Lauren Smith Fields and Brenda Lee Rawls were found dead on the same day in December. Smith Fields was found dead in her home after a man she met on a dating app said he found her unresponsive. Brenda Lee Rawls was found dead in her home that same day. Disciplinary action was taken against 2 detectives in connection to the deaths of both victims after the families of both women claimed that Bridgeport Police Department didn't notify them about their deaths in a timely manner. The police union is backing the suspended detectives, saying they plan to file grievances to restore them to full duty status. The head of the union issued a statement saying it's regrettable that the city has chosen to blame the police. The families of both victims are now being represented by the same attorney.
The gravity of this is that both of these cases highlight an inefficiency, an incompetence, or racial insensitivity towards Black women, such as Brenda Lee Rawls and Lauren Smith Fields, that is unacceptable by this department. And we think that a lot of times in order to get true change, you have to have a punishment, and juries punish with large verdicts because that's the only way to send a message.
Last night, the head of Greater Bridgeport's chapter of the NAACP says they'll ask the group's national chapter to send attorneys to investigate potential civil rights violations, arguing a lack of diversity within the city's police department could be to blame. The group says they're hoping that that's something that happens as quickly as possible. In the newsroom, Tracy Strahan, News 4 New York.
All right, thanks for checking in. I'm Kay Ingram. I'll see you back here tomorrow on News 4 Now. See ya.